Good morning to my 49 subscribers. I'm back with another level of the award-envying Hobbit game. The story so far is these dumbass dwarves got themselves captured again, this time by elves, not spiders. And I have to bust them out of prison, this time a real prison. And guess what? That means it's a sneak mission, so this ring is finally useful. It's not a real sneak mission in the sense of go in the shadows, find shortcuts, etc. It's pretty much just running out in the open, but invisible. But that's the extent of sneaking in this game. But the ring is finally useful, which is great. They should have probably introduced it in the last level, but I suppose the blame lies more on Tolkien, less than the game devs, because he didn't write his children's book from 1937 in such a way that it could be easily adapted to a video game 66 years later. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I can't really change that at this point. So, hop up on this ridge, get this weed, don't know what it's for at this point, jump up here, grab this thing.
I wonder what this is for.
Bilbo doesn't even know what it's for. So that's cool. So I run up here, and the first uncuttable web of this level, which is awesome, so it's just like the other level. And here's the first enemy of the game. Check this out. A fucking torch. Bilbo is like a child on his birthday and shoved his finger in the birthday cake candle. Yeah. So that's the first enemy. Moving on, I throw stealth completely out the window when I pull this lever and go completely visible, change my hair color, and then run into the front gate, completely unnoticed somehow. And look at this, there's nobody in this front hall. Absolutely nobody. And then, look at that, ambush.
Hello, Bilbo. You and your companions have done us no harm.
So this girl is Liana. Pretty cute elf, and she's the one that we saved at one point in the story, early, like level 2 or 3 or something. And she hasn't been mentioned since. I didn't even know she would be coming up again. But here she is. Great. And she's pretty helpful. She's our friend. So after she gives me that quest, all I do is just run around this castle, slapping my giant-ass hobbit feet around invisibly. And everyone's calling out, what's that? Who's there? Who's there? But like, wouldn't you? If you heard like these giant hobbit feet slapping around on concrete, like, you know what it sounds like when you drop like meat on your like kitchen counter or something. Imagine that, just like slapping sounds just running around your castle. And I make no attempt at stealth. Like, I just jump into the water, like splashing as hard as I can, grab this anal bead, and look at this. Like, I'm not even attempting stealth. And it doesn't matter, because as long as I'm invisible, apparently they just can't see you. Or even detect you. And look at that. Fucking splash around. It's like a water park at this point. Just having lots of fun, you know? So, moving on. I jump up here and I find out what the anal beads are for. They're for like this mechanism here. It's like a puzzle type thing. You gotta match. It's really awesome. It's any 2-year-old can figure it out, I'm sure. And then I get the last imp bead. Remember those imp beads from RuneScape? I haven't played RuneScape in like forever, but that just makes me nostalgic. So anyways, throw this shit in here and check this shit out. The best puzzle action of all time. Great, pop the gate open. That was intense. So, get across this bridge here, bridge to Terabithia, and I come across the most curious elves ever.
Who's there?
What's that? What's that?
There's no one there.
Anybody there?
Just the wind.
This room here is just a hub room where there's a bunch of just periodically walking elves, and I get caught because I go uninvisible.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
And the moment you go uninvisible, you get caught. And look how sad Bilbo is in his cage. Look at that face. That's so sad. So eventually I learn the patterns. You just have to walk by them. It doesn't matter at all if you're in their plain sight. They'll just scream out who's there. And then I get to talk to the dwarves. I'm going to cut down what they say because they talk really slow.
Bilbo, I see you must escape my ears here in water beyond that hallway. See if you can find an escape route.
Alright, let's find a way out of here, bitch. So after fucking Gimli gives me his quest, I head down here. Another room, and I head to the barrel room. What's the matter, pussy? You don't have a barrel room?
It's time to get these barrels packed up and sent to Lake Town. This looks promising. If I can free the dwarves, I'll pack them into barrels and send them down the river to Lake Town.
So Bilbo's brilliant scheme is to somehow free the dwarves and get them all into these barrels. The escape part is never explained, by the way. Only the barrels part.
I found a way out. Elves barrels to Lake Town. Pack sell into barrel escape.
We shall drown, but we have no choice.
You'll need to put Galleon the butler to sleep before you get into the barrels.
No, she's friend.
So I didn't want to cut Lyanna's part because she actually gives out valuable quest information that is actually pretty vital to understand the story. Her role in the prison break and betrayal of her own kind is incredibly selfless and powerful, truly showcasing the importance of strong female...
Find those herbs, Bilbo. And don't worry about Galleon. The herbs won't harm him.
Thanks, baby. I'll be back. So, moving on. We get back to the courtyard I just went to. And sneak, sneak, jump, jump. And I'm over. And I'm in. And guess what? A fucking spider ambush. Who would have thought? And I fucking no-scoped that one guy. Did you see that shit? That was awesome. So I go to acquire the weed, and I start hearing the clicking of spiders, which sounds like a Geiger counter, which is kind of weird. But there's one spider. Oh, shit. And then another one, his buddy. Fuck, I'll take care of this. And then a third, and then a fourth. What the fuck? How many spiders are in this cave? This is a cave under a castle. How many can this support? Check out this spin move. Check this shit out. Oh, yeah. I learned that from one of those scrolls I got last level. So, after Bilbo finishes off his genocide, he feels content enough to move on. So, moving on, we get a good view of the courtyard and jump to our death. Yep. Alright, I'm back, babe.
Place the herbs in Galleon's mug.
Sure thing. So I head back to the barrel room, and then I drug his mug. You know, let this be a PSA to everyone who leaves their mugs out in the open at parties or just any social events in general. Not a good idea. Don't do it. Closed container, keep it in your hand. Keep your eyes on that shit. A hobbit could sneak into your barrel room at any time. Of course, considering you have a barrel room in the first place, and could drug you at any time. Ouch, what the fuck? Was that a concussion? Holy shit, don't tell the NFL about this game. So after the guard is effectively drugged, I come back to the dwarf talking to my girl.
Mr. Baggins, you never amaze. Now find Thorin. They won't tell us where he is.
He is in the deep cellar.
Wow, that was fucking easy. If only you asked the girl you were shooting the shit with. How about instead of flirting with your dwarf ass? How about you find out some important information, you stupid bitch?
I don't like sending you down there.
I must rescue Thorin, and this is the only way in. Don't worry. It shouldn't take too long.
Now, where have I heard that before?
In and out, 20 minutes adventure.
Uh-oh. Alright, cowabunga. Look at this. I get fucking turned around in a fun part. Alright, now that that's taken care of, I get to fight these fucking homunculus creatures. The fuck are these things? Does anyone who knows about Tolkien actually know what these things are? They look like Kagooties from Morrowind, but regardless of what they are, Bilbo continues his righteous crusade against the non-hobbits of this world, and he slaughters every single fucking one of them. And we level up. And I just want to show you how fucking slow this shit is. Look at this. Yeah, that's a lot of fun to do 150 times in this game. Holy fuck. For the rest of the time, I'm going to zoom through it, but I just wanted to show you how slow the climbing and shit is. And then I come across these things. I remember these from early in the game. What the fuck are these things supposed to be? Little goblin creatures? And they're all fighting this homunculus creature. Like, what are these things? They're like little tiny midget guys with carrying little pickaxes. What are these? They creep me out too. They like hop around like little toads. Ugh. Again, regardless of what they are, Bilbo just mindlessly slaughters every last fucking one of them. He's gonna bring about a new Hobbit world order. And like any real genocidal maniac, he has to steal from the local population again. So pop open that chest, easy peasy. And then this next chest. I wanted to highlight just how much money is in this chest. I started off with about 540. Look at the bottom right corner. Are you seeing this shit? The money keeps going up for like a minute and a half later. Like, that's fucking wild. That's triple my money. So I come across this gap that I totally didn't fall down the first two times I came across here. Jump over here, and I'm across. Nothing out of the ordinary happened here. And grab the next key, which don't look like keys. They look like bullshit.
That was most uncomfortable.
Upon my word. Gandalf spoke true, as usual. A fine burglar you are.
He compliments us, which is nice.
At your service.
Now to open this cell.
I always gotta pop open the cell. So I come over to the Knights of the Round Table, and I pop open the 3 keys. And I thought I had the other key. Turns out, no, that's a different crystal altogether. It's supposed to go on this door, I think. So anyways, on to the next crystal. The other ones I came across very easily on my path, almost by accident. So I would assume the other ones are nearby. You know, like, you know, somewhere close. Maybe in the throne room. Nope, fuck, I'm dead. I drowned behind the king's throne. And then this part, I'm just going to zoom through it. This is my quest to find the other crystal. This took me about 15 minutes straight, just running around every conceivable nook and cranny of this castle. I scoured places I'd been, places I'd never been, places I don't even think I was supposed to go in the first place. Everywhere. Eventually I had to, like, go outside, and I was like, okay, maybe it's outside. So here's me making my way outside. Eventually I'm outside. Also, I cut out about 10 minutes worth of loading screens between each zone. You don't need to see those. But turns out the crystal is right next to a save pedestal. Who would have thought it would be next to the save pedestal? Crazy, right? So I grab the thing, go back, check out that transition, and I pop open the door. Easy fucking peasy. So I freed the one dwarf, and how do I free the other ones, you may ask? Never explained. They're just in the barrels later. Check this shit out.
I suspect I'll be bruised and battered to pieces. Get moving, burglar! We continue to Lake Town!
But I like how expressive he is in these cutscenes. I'll actually give the game that. Check this shit out. And then the dwarves pop their asses back in there. Not sealed, of course. But look at this, you're blessed with some funny jokes when you activate the barrels.
Well, well, well. The barrel is quite comfortable after all. Hey, Bilbo! Any snacks for our long voyage, eh? Too much dwarf and not enough barrel. Dwarves in barrels. Ridiculous.
Keep up the good work.
That one wasn't as
Like
funny.
a pickled fish. This is no fun, Baggins. The smell is starting to get to me.
So after those gut-busting side splitters, I go over to the corpse and fucking teabag his face. You know, like any respectable Halo player would do. And then I fucking... I bag him a couple times for good measure. And then Bilbo just chucks all the barrels in the river. And just check this out. He chucks every barrel in first, obviously, or else how would they get in there? He jumps in on the last one. And look at this. I just wanted to point this out to you guys. Behind him, there are 4 barrels. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 barrels. How the fuck are they behind him if he jumped in last? So hopefully the devs can come out and explain this, because that makes no fucking sense. And then in the drawing, he's one of the first barrels. How the fuck did he get so far ahead of the other barrels? Anyways, they arrive in Lake Town. He didn't even put his shipping labels on the barrels, so they just somehow get there. Yeah, that about does it for this level. This is the only level I've ended so far where the dwarves aren't lost and I actually know where they are, which is great. So if you like this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you want to see more shitty videos like this, and comment below about what you liked. If you comment about what you didn't like, I will have to report you for cyberbullying. Okay, see you later. Peace.